At the beginning of the story, a man named Max is shown in a desert. After a nuclear war between different factions, the earth became barren and the air polluted, leaving only a few survivors. Max travels in his vehicle. While driving, a convoy crashes into Max's car, flipping it over, haunted by memories of his family who have all died. And he is captured by a group who tattoo O negative on his back, marking him as a universal blood donor. These people make Max their slave, but before fully submitting, he escapes. However, the group recaptures him. All these people serve a powerful man named Immortan Joe, who wears a special breathing mask attached with two pipes, necessary to keep him alive. Immortan Joe lives on a mountain peak where many weak people dwell below. He tells them, "You will all rise up to my place. I am your savior," then releases water from above, making everyone happy since water is scarce and people are dying of thirst and hunger, causing fights over it. A woman named Furiosa is introduced next. She also works for Immortan Joe. Joe sends Furiosa and some men to fetch fuel from a school station, but before reaching it, she unexpectedly turns her vehicle east. One man questions her decision, reminding her they were supposed to go straight, but she asserts her authority as the senior leader, and they all follow her eastward. Immortan Joe watches this through a telescope, then rushes to a chamber where 5 women are imprisoned, kept only to bear his children and continue his lineage. When he realizes Furiosa has taken them away, he orders his men to chase them. The Cotton Warlord's army, loyal to Joe, eagerly prepares to give their lives for him. Warboy suffers from an illness caused by nuclear radiation and requires frequent blood transfusions. A weak boy connects a tube from Max's body to a soldier to energize the soldier for battle, as dying honorably as a soldier is highly valued. Joe's army catches up with Furiosa and the others in another area, fighting and killing the local people. But before capturing Furiosa, a massive storm approaches, and she drives her vehicle into it, followed by the soldier connected to Max. When he reaches her vehicle, he pours gasoline inside, planning to set it on fire and sacrifice himself to stop Furiosa. Just before the explosion, Max grabs her hand and their vehicle crashes into the soldier's larger vehicle, flipping it over. The next morning, the storm has calmed. Max is alive, but the soldier is dead. Max carries the chained soldier on his shoulders to the vehicle where Furiosa and the 5 women escaped. While one girl cuts the chains, Furiosa attacks Max. During the struggle, the soldier wakes up. He was only unconscious. Determined to capture Furiosa and claim a reward from Joe, the soldier and Max overpower Furiosa. The soldier cuts Max's chains, but Max punches him and escapes with the vehicle. Furiosa runs to the vehicle Max was driving. After some distance, the vehicle stops, revealing Furiosa had set a sequence so it cannot run without her. The 5 women explain they were freed from Joe's captivity and urge Max to join them because Joe's entire army is chasing them. Max takes everyone along. They reach Rocky Mountains where a local leader claims the area and tells Furiosa he made a deal with Immortan Joe to trade fuel for safe passage. Before the fuel tanker can be moved, Immortan Joe and his men arrive. Max starts the vehicle and escapes. The locals blast a rock to block the path behind, trapping Joe's army outside. The locals ride sports bikes and chase Max and Furiosa, but one by one, Max and Furiosa kill the bikers. Immortan Joe arrives with his men and takes one of the pregnant girls, carrying his child, out of the vehicle. Joe tries to stop the vehicle by firing a chain at the steering wheel, which gets stuck, causing the driver to lose control. The pregnant girl jumps out and cuts the chain. The vehicle nearly crashes into the rock. The girl who jumped out tries to get back in but slips and falls. Immortan Joe attempts to save her but overturns his vehicle. Max feels distressed because the child inside the girl represents the last hope. He reflects on how he once had a chance to capture his enemies and reach paradise with his friends, but instead chose to help the girl. As day passes into night, Max and the group see Joe's convoy still chasing them. Max plants dynamite on the ground and drives the vehicle over it. When the convoy follows, the dynamite explodes, disabling their vehicles. Max and the group continue. Before they can escape, their vehicle's tire sinks into a swamp, trapping them. Their former enemy offers help, suggesting tying a rope to a dry tree to pull the vehicle out. They follow the plan, and just as Joe's men open fire, the vehicle escapes the swamp. Max approaches the enemy vehicle carrying an oil can because they are unarmed. Moments later, a blast occurs. Everyone assumes Max has died, but he survives. Max commandeers a news vehicle loaded with weapons and moves forward. After driving all night, they reach a tower at dawn. Furiosa says she once lived near a similar tower as a child. At the tower, they introduce themselves, sharing their tribes and their mother's names. They meet a group of female bikers, including their mother. The women recognize Furiosa, who tells them she wants to take the four girls to a dream place. An old woman explains that the land they are headed to used to be green, but is now uninhabitable, which saddens everyone. They plan to cross a dry sea to find a new home. Max decides not to go with them and wants to find his own path. After they leave, Max remembers a promise he made to save a little girl, but failed, which saddens him as he rejoins the group on a bike. He says there's nothing ahead but salt and suggests returning to Immortan Joe's place, where water and greenery still exist. If they can take control of that place, everything will be fine. Everyone agrees. They head back with the fuel tanker vehicle. On the way, they spot Joe and his men's vehicles. Joe realizes they want to take over his place and chases them. Many of Joe's men are killed, but Joe captures one of the girls and kills her brutally. Joe's loyal soldiers continue to pursue them. Joe crashes his vehicle carrying the fuel tanker into theirs, causing a massive explosion that kills many. Max and Furiosa kill some of the war boys, while Max gets Joe to kill the people leader by using him as a human shield. Furiosa is impaled and gets weaker as Joe and Rickus gain momentum. Max tries to kill Immortan, but during the chaos, an old lady carrying the seeds is killed when one of the war boys cuts her neck. Furiosa confronts Immortan and tears off his face mask and kills him. Nux sacrifices himself, driving his vehicle into the enemy to protect Furiosa and the others. Although Furiosa is wounded, she finally arrives back in her region. Furiosa, weakened and in need of blood, receives a transfusion from Max and recovers. They reach Joe's control center, where soldiers await. Joe displays a dead body, but the people rejoice, believing justice has been served because Joe is dead. Water is released, and everyone welcomes new hope. Water extraction machines are installed so no one will ever lack water again. With this, their responsibility is fulfilled, and the story ends.